Okay, fam, what's good? So, today I want to do a brief thing talking about what's going on globally, or at least online, mostly Twitter, but has made its way to the press. Not enough press, as we know in the future. But there's an issue with Bayern 3. Bayern? And this piece, POS named Mateus. And is it Mateus Machik? Something like that. I don't owe him enough respect to pronounce his name correctly. Anyways, what's going on is he decided, which a lot of his friends are twisting or changing the narrative and not actually noting what he said. He decided to compare one huge thing, BTS, to COVID-19. Now, the issue is that he compared an Asian group, a Korean, but also an Asian group, to COVID-19, which has been faulted onto Asians with things from the Cheeto-in-Chief saying Kung Flu, or people call it Kung Flu virus, and Chinese virus, and a lot more Asian attacks have increased tremendously on a global scale. So, with all these people, all this negative stigma towards Asians because of COVID-19, Mateus decided, hey, I'm going to connect this Asian group to this virus that has a negative stigma towards Asians and just use it within my radio podcast. And there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all. It's just a personal opinion. No, sir. No, Mateus. It's not a personal opinion. Not only is it prejudice, not only is that a microaggression, but it's also racist. It's also racist, and in a way, if I'm gonna reach a bit, it incites more Asian violence within Europe, or within specifically Germany, because there's a lot of people that may agree with that, saying that they're like COVID-19. But not only COVID-19, he also mentioned before that SARS, which is also heavily related to Asian territories that were majorly affected. So we had SARS, we have COVID-19, all negatively affecting the Asian communities. And then because of the cover, he says that they should vacation in North Korea. 3 things. This is mostly negatively affecting Koreans, but South Korea and North Korea are still at war. Still 3 topics negatively affecting or have affected the Asian community. And it has nothing to do with race. Nothing. You know what? He knows what he's doing. Mateus knows what he's doing. And he says it's because he was upset as a Coldplay fan. So he's speaking over Coldplay, who said that it was beautiful. And not only in English, but in Korean said it was beautiful and hyped the hell out of it by sharing it on all their social media platforms. You're going to talk over them, telling them they should vacation. Hello, Germany has a history of concentration camps. So when you mean vacation, tell us, what do you really mean when you're saying vacation? Vacation? We get what you're saying. It's not edgy humor, as you said. It's not something where, oh, take a joke, you're being very sensitive. Right now has been a huge influx of attacks on the Asian community. And it's not okay. I'm going to stand up for my fellow people of color, all right? My other brothers and sisters from the majority who likes to just brush it under the rug. Boom. I'm going to link the tweet down below that has the video recording, because a lot of his BS excuses, which is what he said to BuzzFeed Germany, is that we just got hurt because of our feelings, because it's about BTS. Nah. We get told all the time that their music is crap. I don't care. I have taste. You have your own taste. It may not be that great, but hey. I'm just saying. I have taste. You have your own taste. And so, that's fine. You don't like it. Okay. You hate it. Okay. You think it's shit. Okay. Cool. I think a lot of music is shit. Probably some of the groups that he likes I will think is shit. That's okay. I don't care. But to them, compare them to COVID and said that there needs to be a vaccine to get rid of them. Disgusting. And it shows your underlying racism. And to say that, oh, I'm not racist because I help refugees. What does that have to do with this situation? And are those refugees of Asian? Are those refugees Asians? Because within their area, there's about a 1 to 2% population that are Asians, which is why he almost got away with it until Army found out about it. Because if it was any other ethnicity, he would have gotten in much more trouble. And because it's a very small minority, which is also why it's racist, he was getting away with it until Army found out. And it was up to, if it wasn't because of the German Army sharing it and speaking out against it, because apparently this isn't uncommon. It's happened so often, and the German community just sweeps it under the rug. What's worse is that the radio station he works at, which is public funding by the taxpayers' money, is that they excused it as his personal opinion. And that they're sorry they hurt the fans' fault. The fans. No, you should apologize to the group. You should apologize to the Asian community who are hurt by this. Because your radio station, the video has gone global. Everyone has seen it. Anybody that could be of Asian ethnicity can be hurt by this. Not just the BTS members, who didn't deserve the disrespect of that kind of comparison. But seeing all these things that are happening right now, and then to bring something like that up. And then he used the, I'm not racist, I have a black friend excuse, as I call it, by saying, I'm not xenophobic, I have a South Korean card. It's really cool. And he starts to describe it. Dumbass didn't realize it was a Japanese card, which shows you even more of his ignorance of not being able to tell Asian people apart. So it shows you more of how his thinking of the Asian community is. And he's doubling down on it. And then his friends coming out. He's a good person. He helps so many people. You can be helpful but still be racist. You can still be helpful and still be a bigot. You can still be helpful and do all these things and still be xenophobic. You can still have microaggressions. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That doesn't mean you don't have it in you. It could be through ignorance. It could be unconscious. But almost everyone still has it by the actions you do, the words you say. And to cover it up as it's just a joke is not going to work anymore, especially as it continues to increase and increase and increase. And then you decided to use it against BTS, who is one of the biggest groups right in the world. It was going to blow up. But then to change the narrative and say it's because they talk crap about a group, no one, if you look through the tweets, no one's mentioning because you're talking crap about the music. People's mentioning because of Asian violence, anti-Asian sentiments that were within those statements. And his friends that are speaking on it aren't even stating what he says. They're just saying how much he's a good guy. One excuse was he is a good guy because he has good taste in music. I'm sorry, but that's a reason why we should trust him. Taste in music is subjective, so you're just a dumbass for that one. Then he talked to BuzzFeed, I think I mentioned that, Germany, and tried to say, it's just a bunch of fanatical teens who are attacking me. I'm the victim, which always happens with the older white male. They always become the victim because they want to be oppressed so bad. But no, that's not what's happening, sir. You wanted to make that statement and be bold, and you're doubling down on it and not actually apologizing and saying, if I did this, if I did that, what you said was wrong. It was 100% wrong. Not what you said about their music. And if he actually goes through and listens to it, because he says we're twisting it, and how on paper or in text, it comes off wrong. No, your video was recorded and shared. If it comes off wrong in text, it's because it is wrong. If someone types down word for word what you said, you look at it and read it, and it comes off wrong to you, then it means you're wrong. So why can't you admit it? Why are you doubling down on, I didn't do anything, and it's just fanatical fans attacking me? You thought that would work, and it's not working in your favor. Because people are now looking and seeing and watching the video and realizing, no, you're an a-hole. My dude, you're an a-hole. And what you said was inappropriate. You got celebrities finally getting in on it. More media news articles. I mean, there's a lot of them who aren't. we're keeping track. There are Excel sheets. So we have Paper Magazine, NME magazine, which I was very excited. I support them, so I can continue. There's a radio station called Energy 104.2. One of my favorite journalists named Jay. She's amazing. She wrote a fantastic article for Teen Vogue. Then we have news18.com, which their thing is actually trashed because they said it was allegedly racist. Allegedly. Okay. Then we have musicians, German musician Ennen Bunger. We had Halsey. We have news media, Der Spiegel. We have DW News. We have David Yee. He's like a celebrity of socialite. I can't really say it right. Socialite put together as one word. There we go. Then we have news media, Bandwagon Asia. We have ABC News. They could have put more into that piece. It was just really quick, just to not get on anyone's bad sides. We have AP. We have Mashable, USA Today. Max, who's close friends with BTS, spoke out on it. Brian Rowley wrote an article for Forbes. Music producer Sleep D's, he did My Time, which is about Columbia Records spoke out. Sony Music, Universal Music Group, Sony Music Publishing spoke out. Journalist Tibor spoke. A judge on a German dance show, Mozi Mabuse, I don't really know how to say their name, spoke out. Lainey Gossip, News Media spoke out. Love, another close friend of BTS, spoke out. JJ Ryan on air spoke out on the radio. He said, like I said, Halsey. Eshi Gazit, a musician, spoke out. I'm going to link there so you can keep up to date on all the people who were speaking out against it, because it felt for a while that it was just only us, and they would try to make it like, oh, fans are mad that they're saying really bad stuff about BTS. No, it's more than that. It's the anti-Asian sentiment that's continuously growing, and you decided to mess with the wrong fandom, who's going to make sure that not only are you not going to disrespect the artists within that manner by comparing them to that, you're going to stop the hate. You're going to get actions taken care of. Now, Band 3 did make another statement, another half-assed apology, where they're like, we're so sorry, or like, we take all the fault, whatever, and but we still believe our person isn't racist, isn't blah 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 blah. Instead of focusing on what he isn't, focus on what he did. Give us a strategy of how you're going to take care of segments like this, because this isn't his first time. One thing Army is really good at is research, and they found that he said stuff comparing smokers to Jews. Interesting. You compared smokers to Jews. Right? Germany, and I'm not saying Germany's really bad. Germany has done a lot to try to, give back to things that have been done negatively in the past. They're one of the only countries that is like owning up to their crap and trying to make difference. And they have this pride and intolerance to racism and stuff. But then a lot of people are backing up what this man said, and it's not racist. You're just throwing that word around. You're just throwing the word around. Not only is it racist, like I said before, it's microaggressive. His whole statements were prejudice. It was xenophobic. It was anti-Asian altogether. And from his statements, more and more people have gone to the MTV Unplugged Fix You cover and have wrote some disgusting things. But at the same time, a lot of the public who were confused at what's going on went over there and they loved it. So, Army's not looking for the action of any more of their half-assed fake apologies and them doubling down on protecting their person because they have no decency. It's more of taking action. This is a radio funded by the people's taxpayers' money, whatever. That didn't sound right, but by taxpayers. Taxpayers who are affected by this. This man needs to be off the air. There needs to be actual consequences.